Both you put this or trying to put this live on YouTube. Okay, for the benefit of people who would like to see it there now or later. Okay. So once again, good evening. My name is Ratnesh, and I'm part of Aarohi. I'm obviously part of CoVersity. And what I want to talk about, or where I want to start, is that Aarohi roughly started in 2008. It's been a very interesting journey of doing and not just doing open learning, but doing it together in a community. In very brief, what does open learning means? Open learning means one decides what I want to learn or do. So in fact, even learning is not so important, more important what I want to do. And each individual decides. So Aarohi is for all kinds of families with all ages. In fact, in the picture, you can see all ages playing together, I guess, Coco or something, we are all playing together. So it's about all ages. And as these ages, so what the different people in Aarohi do, since it's a community of families, there are all ages, first of all, and all have different interests or some passions, or they're exploring lots of different possibilities that exist in this beautiful world in which we live. So that's how typically our days are filled with of working, doing our interest, our passions, our possibilities with each other or alone or with a large group, however it comes to each one of us. So that's Aarohi for you. Now, as years have gone, we have realized that children, as they grow, wherever they are growing, when they reach a certain age, like teenage years, they start thinking about one or few passions, and they start thinking, hey, what is my passion, or what is my main interest or interests? And they also start very strongly to start thinking about turning it into profession in the due course of time, in the next coming few years. So the CoVersity is the part of where people move from passion to profession. So that's you can say, a sub part of the open learning, where the way they move from passion to profession is by working with like aged youth who are on similar journey, by doing work, industry work, obviously supported by guides and mentors. But typically each individual decides what they want to work in, and they pick up their domain or their interest or their passion, and they work on it. And mostly they do work out there in the industry, and that's how we kind of say that we are working to learn. So one such journey is of Asavri, who is 23 years. She's incidentally my daughter, and she has not gone through any 10, 12 college, no, nothing. She has had many passions, many interests. She's explored many of them, and one of the ones in which she wanted to turn it into profession is her inclination towards sustainability and creating options for people to live sustainably. And for that, she started an organization called Dhanak Naturals, where she makes handmade natural products for personal care. So that's her way of looking at sustainability, and that passion has now become her profession. So what is CoVersity? In a way, it is an invitation to embark on a journey to discover one's passion or passions, and also to grow professionally in them if one wants to start also earning out of it. Though professionally doesn't necessarily mean you earn. What to us it means is you start adding value to the world. That to us is the definition of being a professional. So one such example is Skanda, who has had many passions, many interests. He was there with us a couple of weeks back in our meetup, sharing his journey. And right now he's into developing fitness as his profession. And not just developing, he's already been earning for the last 1 year as a professional fitness trainer. So that's one more example. Primarily, the onus in a setting of open learning, Aarohi or CoVersity, lies on the individual. I, as a person who is doing the journey, will decide what I want to do, which domain I want to work on, then reflect how am I growing on it on a regular basis. And that's the cycle I primarily follow. So it's pretty much self-directed by the individual. Srijini is one example who likes baking, cooking, and she explores a lot of different ways of cooking and baking. And one of the things that she decided was she will cook a new dish from a new country every time. So she's exploring cooking from many different countries by cooking one dish, and probably she will go ahead and work in the cooking industry or the food industry, let's say. The other thing about CoVersity is to work with a cohort, other youths who are on a similar journey. And obviously, there's a lot of fun of grilling, drilling, and chilling out with each other. So we call that as grill, trill, chill. One example is Drupad, who is 18 years old, who is totally into football. And he has been benefited by a lot of his friends, including, I gave you the example of Skanda, who is into fitness. So he helps Drupad build his fitness for football and so on. So that's the cohort part. In CoVersity, we give a lot of importance of not learning to work, but working to learn, just the other way around. Most of us possibly went first to learn in some place, some institution, and then we started working. Here, it's just the opposite. Here we work, and because we are working in professional projects, doing internships, working with organizations or experts, we kind of learn on the go as we go along. Yeah. And one such example is Shreya. She's 18 years. She is part of CoVersity. She's into designing, and she has already done multiple projects. She has been earning through those projects. But most importantly, as she's working on these projects, she learns not just because of the projects, but also learns from the people who have given her these projects, and they become her mentors. And in that sense, she also learning a lot while delivering the work that is required. Yeah. Finally, there's a lot of support. Support can come from mentors from the industry, can obviously comes from buddies who is part of your cohort or part of your journey. Will also come from guides, which include parents and which include guides from Aarohi, and obviously the Aarohi community. So there's a lot of support, but most important is the buddies cohort when we get together. One example is of Krishiv, who is into graphics, and incidentally, he has whomever he meets as an expert or an person in the same profession, he asks them, can you be my mentor? And he has kind of literally collected a whole handful of mentors along the way to guide him in his journey. Yeah. So that's pretty much I wanted to quickly share. What happens at the end is these youth create their own portfolio of their work, and which is why we call each of these youth as work certified, because their work speaks for itself and the world looks at it and says, wow, I want to either give him work or give a job and so on. So this work becomes the certification, which is what they use for either getting business or getting an employment, depending on what they are looking for. Yeah. This is one of the CoVersity members. Her name is Shrishti. This is her portfolio. She's into writing, and she has put all her writings in one place, and that's how she builds. It's her website. Yeah. Right. So what CoVersity is finally all about, it's not so much about the domain. Any domain is fine. Multiple domains is fine, one after the another. But what's really important is to develop oneself. And when one develops oneself, then it doesn't matter what the world is, which domain I need to go, or which part of life I want to go deeper into, because I'm the one who's strong. I'm the one who has developed myself. Yeah. So yeah, this is a little graphic just to kind of summarize the whole thing. And I can kind of pause my presentation here. We can look at this later. And yeah, we can quickly do few questions. Okay, let me continue sharing. I think that's not a bad idea for a few minutes at least. Let's have a quick, anybody wants to share anything or ask anything, not about the working of CoVersity, but more about the concept that I talked about in the last about 10 minutes. Yeah, I see some more people have joined in. I don't know if you joined from the beginning of the presentation or not, but that's okay. We can chit chat for 5-10 minutes, and then Aparna can take us through the presentation of how a journey happens in CoVersity. Yeah, please go ahead and ask or share anything related to what we have been talking about. Guess everybody is a little thinking about maybe I was too fast. That's okay. You can take your time.
Hello. Yeah. So this is Vivek.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what? So how does it work? Do people come
Yeah.
there
Yeah.
daily,
Yeah.
or
So
do
the
they
working
stay
part
over
is just
there?
coming up.
Yeah.
Vivek, that's what I
No, no.
said.
I'm saying no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll come to
Okay.
the
Fine.
working part. Just stay with the concept
Okay.
first. We will come to the
Okay. Okay.
Aparna will just present
Okay.
a typical journey and you will get
Fine.
the idea. Yeah. So just that will come in another 5-10 minutes.
Okay.
Meanwhile, if you or anybody else has any thought on or any question on the concept itself, which I walked you through.
Ratnesh, this is Ravi. I think,
Yeah.
again, I run actually Target Accelerator for Target. So we also call it cohort. And I
Mm-hmm.
completely kind of relate to how a cohort can really help in, because you're learning from each other. And of course, when you're in doubt, you have a mentor. And, so I think that's the whole concept of what we run at corporate too. The thing, the question or maybe comment I have is that sometimes cohort means you have common interest, or at least all of them who come to my accelerator, they are all interested in retail or supply chain, right? So like
Mm-hmm.
that, you actually say that the common theme here is that, hey, I want to learn on my own, I want to explore on my own. Looks like that's the theme. And it could be a cohort can consist of people who are interested in dancing or photography or writing or whatever their passion is,
Sure.
right?
The passions
But
could
you
be
will,
different. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
okay,
But the
okay.
journey is the
But the
same.
common journey is the same. Yeah. So
Yes.
you help
Yes.
each
Yes.
other and okay,
Absolutely.
got it. Okay, thank you.
Absolutely.
But
Yeah.
amazing concept.
Yeah,
Thank you.
we emphasize a lot on co-facilitation. So we say even mentors are less important, even guides are less important. The real important person are your cohort members, because you guys are together and you will push, pull, help, support, and so on each other. That's the real stuff. And because they're of similar, and in a similar journey and a similar stage in life, they can relate to each other also much better, rather than us oldies trying to relate to them. Yeah. Yeah, some of
No,
you joined.
completely agree. Thank you.
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead, Ravi. You're saying something.
No, I completely agree with that importance of the members versus the mentors. So
Yeah,
mentors are their only kind of to guide, but I think the real learning happens between the team members. So I agree with that
true.
concept. So thank you.
Yeah. People who joined in, Anika, Rohini, you've joined in a little later. Anand, you want to just pop in and say anything or ask anything?
Yeah, I joined late, but I know the concept. I have visited your this thing also, place also. So I'm just waiting for the next presentation.
Okay. So since you're waiting for the next presentation, Aparna, shall we have the next presentation?
Yes,
Okay.
my
Over
mouse
to
got
Aparna.
stuck or something. Yeah.
Yeah, just one moment. Let me spotlight you. Right. You want to change? You want to take over the slides, or you want me to take?
You can share it, please.
Okay. So when you want me to move to the next slide, you can just say next slide.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is a sample story which I'm going to just give you. So in CoVersity, I lead my journey. So this is a small story about that. So I am interested in cooking. So I deep dive into it for few months and I work on it the professional way. And I reflect on it and I feel no, this is not my interest or this is not something which I want to do. So the next 6 months I just shift to editing and media work. So I go deeper into it. I work a lot in it. So I feel that okay, this is somewhat interesting for me. I feel that I can go back to cooking. That was more exciting to me more than this. So I just go back to the cooking and I work on it for more. Like I work on it for 2 more years, 2-3 years. I do intensive work, professional work, and I choose it as my profession. So this is a kind of story how the CoVersity works. So in CoVersity, I lead my journey. So you may have one key interest which is well and good. So you may have multiple interests, in which case you can just choose one interest and deep dive into it for 6 months, and next 6 months you can change. So if you don't have any interest at all, we have lot of different people working in different domains, so you can just choose any one domain and just work on it. And if you feel it's interesting for you, you can continue it. And if you feel that no, I want to change, you can absolutely change. So you start by deep diving into one interest and you explore it. So this is the cycle of CoVersity journey. So it's first 6 months you deep dive into one interest of your domain, one domain, and next 6 months you can decide either you want to continue the same domain or you can change to new domain and continue the same process. And next 6 months either you can continue or you can just go back to the same which you did first, or take a totally new domain. So this journey continues. So your process will be like, the stay will be first 8 to 10 weeks you'll be on campus with your cohort buddies, doing road maps, mind maps, and preparing work for the next 8 to 12 weeks, in which you'll be doing internships, works, projects on the domain which you have chosen. So next 8 to 12 weeks you'll be off campus, either at your home or the place which you want to be. And next 1 to 5 weeks you come back to campus, you be with your cohort buddies, and you reflect and review on the process which you have done. And then, as I told before, you can decide whether you want to continue or you want to go to another domain.
Yeah, just a small addition. The first 8 to 10 weeks, also you do a lot of on-field projects, but do it from the campus. So, and the same in the last 1 week, 1 month, again, you can do a lot of work from the campus, but you get back together. Yeah. Continue.
Yeah. So I have a lot of different possibilities which can be, I can become an entrepreneur, I can take a job, I can creatively pursue something else, or I can become a freelancer. So I can decide what I want to be. So these are some of the options which we have seen, but there are a lot of other options also. So when I work in the field, I get work certified, in which I get industry intelligence, I get to know more about the industry. I have my own portfolio which has all the projects and internships, all the work which I have done, and I learn 4 IR skills. I get to know about the networking. So I get work certified when I do the projects. So it's not only about myself, my passion, it's also about myself. Like I get my self leadership, I get independence, I get to know more about relationships, I get to know the living skills. So yeah. So one best part which I love about CoVersity is that you deep dive into your interest. So that's something which I really love about CoVersity. Yeah.
And where would you like to deep dive? If I may just ask.
Yeah.
What would you like to deep dive in?
Art. Now, okay. Art. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so that was a quick account of how a typical journey would go. Do keep in mind, because it is self-designed and co-created, this is not like a strict format. A lot will depend on a particular cohort and how do they co-create their own journeys. And it's primarily driven by the youth with the help of all the other cohort members. So yeah, that's how it goes. So now we can have more questions. And yeah, more thoughts, anything. It's an open meetup. So you can ask as many questions, as many thoughts. Also, if there are, I don't know just by the names, if you are a parent or a youth. If you're a youth, if you can mention that in the chat, then if there are multiple of you, I can put the youth in a breakout room so that you amongst you can more interact, and we parents can be in one room interacting amongst us. So if there are more youth here, please use the chat or the mic and tell me if there are more. Otherwise, I'm assuming everybody else is a... Okay, so Prapti is a youth. Cool. Are there more people who are in the 14 to 21 age group? Yeah, obviously Aparna is in 14 to 21 years age group. Okay. Manya, you are there in the call? Just confirm that to me, please. So, Nikki, if you are there and Manya could be your whatever child or sister or brother or whatever. So, but Manya needs to be in the call to go into the breakout room, or she can join from another device. So just let me know that. Okay, but can she join the breakout room in another device? Is she there in terms of being on another device? Because we don't want the parents in that room. We want the youth to interact amongst themselves. Aparna is there to share whatever she can share. Okay. Okay. No, we want you also to be there, Nikki. So please, you don't move out. Just see if you can manage another device. As simple as that. And yeah, right. Okay. So let's while you figure that out, let's have some discussion right now. Let's start the discussion before I open the breakout room. If anybody has any questions or thoughts, yeah, let's start with that. And maybe in another 5 minutes, we can move into the breakout room.
So anybody has any questions related to the journey or the concept, you can feel free to ask now.
Yeah, I don't know whether it's the right time to ask about questions about actually how, whether the youth they have to stay on campus, they have to visit, a couple of days a week. I don't know how it works. So is it the right time to ask those questions?
Yeah. I don't know if you missed that visual. Yeah, Aparna, you want to answer that?
Yeah. So first 8 to 10 weeks we'll be on campus, where we'll be preparing the road maps, mind maps, and we'll be also getting ready for some internships with our cohort
And
buddies.
also doing multiple projects.
So yeah, we'll be having all the cohort buddies also in the campus. So we'll be together and doing some projects and also preparing the next cycle. So then you will be staying at your home or the place which you want to be for next 8 to 12 weeks. So that time you'll be working on projects, internships, work X. Yeah. And next 1 to 5 weeks you come back to campus. Like around 5 weeks you'll be on campus, where you'll be with your buddies reflecting and reviewing on your journey and deciding whether you want to continue or change to some other domain. Yeah.
Sorry, I missed that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, the idea is that we spend a good amount of time together. So the together part happens at the campus, because then only the youth are physically together with each other, and they are working intensely with each other as a cohort. And also sometime they spend in the industry, preferably as either doing work or doing internship or running something like a business or something. To try out that domain in a deeper way. So they also connect with the industry by working there. So that's why there are these two parts to the whole journey, or rather a cycle of 6 months, and then you continue.
Hello, Aparna. Hi. Let me know if you will have a beforehand session or something before reaching to the campus. Are they going to know more about the cohort and the CoVersity, and how will be this transgression
So
going to
yeah,
happen?
so we have something called boot camp where if you want to experience the 6 month cycle in 1 week, so it will be we'll be doing some small projects, some challenges for ourselves and all those. So and we'll also like before and the new cohort starts from June. So we'll be
Okay.
having probably we'll have one meeting before we go into the come to the campus.
Okay. Okay. So
Yeah, the
And
boot,
June,
since
there will be a
yeah,
new group coming in. Okay.
yeah,
yeah. But the
Okay.
12th
Thank you.
June, we
Thank you,
have
dear.
a 1 week boot camp. So that boot camp is a way
Okay.
is like a trailer to CoVersity, right?
Mhm.
So the youth can come here, experience this place, experience the people, experience this whole concept of working in a cohort and working with something real. We just finished last week one boot camp. That was our second boot camp. So the June one will be the third
Yeah, I
boot
saw
camp.
that. Yeah, it
Yeah,
was really
yeah.
good.
So that's a one way to sample a CoVersity
so
life.
it's happening.
Sorry, Aparna?
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
yeah.
So
I
that is
wanted to
one
just
option.
add to
Otherwise,
that.
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So for the second week will be the boot camp, and from the third week of June we'll be starting the new
Third or
cohorts,
fourth
like
week, yeah.
new
okay.
CoVersity. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And
Okay.
also you can attend multiple meetups if you have more questions. So meetups is one way to know CoVersity more. And the bootcamp is a way to experience in a week how the whole thing would happen. So it's like a trailer to the main movie.
I know. I know. Yeah.
Uh,
Thank you,
Ratnesh,
Aparna. Thank you.
yeah, thank you. Ratnesh, there's a question in the chat. Can you answer it?
Hello.
Okay, so Poonam is asking, living far away from your campus, is there any option like online? Well, not really, dear. You have to be here. And because, see, finally, when you are online, you're still not with each other. So then you miss out on the whole, the cohort part, which is an extremely important part. Also, then it's difficult to work on projects together, right? Suppose you want to do something for the world and you want to go out and do it. How will you go out and do it if you're not here physically together? And well, I'm assuming you are not staying on Mars or Moon. So in India, traveling is not far away. Come on, we can all travel and be here and you're not here for a small duration, 8 to 10 weeks. That's about actually more than 2 months. So yes, you come here, stay for 2.5, 3 months. And then around 2 months, you do internship in some place and then you come back again for a month. So yes, there is a bit of a travel, but it's worth it. And if you want to sample the place, you come over and stay here for a week and then you see, is this the kind of place I would like to be? And is this the kind of people I would like to be with?
Yeah, there is some. So if you like, if you are not ready to come offline, we have another option which is online, but it's not something related to CoVersity. It's a bit different from CoVersity concept. So yeah.
Hello.
So in the interest of people, okay, Yogesh, go ahead.
Okay. I just, in fact, joined around 2-3 minutes back. So I was just talking to Amit some time back to figure out, what kind of concept it is. So I just want to understand what this program is all about. What are the timings, and what's the duration of it, and when does it start? And what does it cover?
So Yogesh, you missed the initial presentation. But anyways, to briefly answer your question, first of all the information is available on our website, especially these logistics information, dates, because even if I tell the date, it may not register on your mind. So I'll rather share in the chat the website. So that would be a good way to get all these dates and everything. We start end of June. The CoVersity starts end of June. The duration of CoVersity is not fixed. It's a journey. Depends on the youth, how long he or she wants to be with the CoVersity. Minimum is 1 year. There is no maximum. Okay. How long somebody wants to be part of CoVersity can be as long till the person is ready and says, now I'm in my profession. Now Tata bye bye. So it's really each one will individually say Tata bye bye. And
how often does it happen? Once a week, or what are the timings and all for that?
yeah, it's a 6-month cycle. Okay, it's not once
Okay.
a week or anything. It's
Well,
the youth have to come to the campus and stay here. So it's like an
Ratnesh,
ongoing thing. Yeah, Preeti.
can I intervene? Yeah.
Sure,
So
sure,
just to
sure.
just for the people who have joined little later and who want more clarity on the timeline of the program journey of 1 year, can I just quickly give an overview, very
Sure,
quick
sure,
overview,
Preeti. Sure,
so
Preeti.
that it makes things little clear for people. So it's a journey to start with. It's a coversity is a journey of 1 year to start with. Later,
No, no,
what
no, no,
Ratnesh said,
Preeti, let's
you
not
can
put
you
it
can
as 1 year.
continue.
Sorry, sorry. No, no, let's not put it as 1 year.
Yeah.
Only minimum is 1
Okay.
year. It's an
Minimum
ongoing
is 1 year.
journey.
That's what.
You're not
Yes.
joining to complete something. It's not like that you
No,
want to
no.
finish off something. You want to become or reach somewhere. When will you reach? Whenever you will reach.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
What's
So
the
to
age group
start
in
with,
this?
when
14 to 21 years old.
Okay. And what does it cover, if I may ask?
Yogesh, sorry. So for the benefit of people who came on time, I would like to move ahead and I'll request you to please go
No
through the
issues. No
website.
issues.
And
Perfectly all right.
also we
So
do
all
more
these things,
meetups.
all these things are available on the
Yes,
website if I have to go
yes,
through.
yes. The link
Okay.
I've
In
just
case I have to
posted.
talk to someone in person, for example, as you rightly
Yeah,
said, we should not be taking others' time.
yeah.
So in case I have to
just,
interact with
yeah,
someone
yeah,
who might be the person to talk to,
I will give you a WhatsApp number. You can please connect with us. And also
okay,
please realize we do 2 meetups in a week. Thursday,
all
today
right,
is a meetup. And then again
okay,
on Saturday at 6 o'clock, there is another meetup. So inviting you to join the next meetup from the beginning so you get more details. But meanwhile,
great.
explore the website. The website itself has fair amount of information.
Okay, that's fine.
And
Great.
stay back for more discussions. That itself may help you understand it better.
So, the current discussion which is going on, you're saying?
Yeah, we are still there for another 15 minutes. So yeah,
Oh, that's fine. That's
right,
fine.
right. So more questions, people, and okay, I'll anyway open the breakout room. So if there are youth here in this call, like Aparna, you can, I've opened a room called 14 to 21. So that's the age group. If you are in that age group, you can join the 14 to 21 breakout room, and Aparna will be there to answer your question. Plus, you can connect with each other. All right. So let the youth go into that room. I think Prapti had shared. So Prapti, you can go into that room. And Nikki, if your daughter, Manya is right now there, she can go into that. So yeah, youth can move into that room and we can continue our discussion. So please go ahead. If you have questions, if you have thoughts, please share.
So in
Ratnesh, sorry,
sorry, continue.
Ratnesh, I am from Dubai. So, but I would really like to get into this, my daughter. So, how will it be? So, will I get a time with her in the campus so that I would also know she's 16 now? So, how am I
Okay.
supposed to?
I think that's a good question. So
Yeah.
let me put 2-3 points quickly. One is Aarohi is a community of families. So by default, if your child wants to join, you join Aarohi, right? And you join Aarohi not just as a parent. Yes, you are a parent to your daughter. You also join Aarohi as a guide, which means you would also guide other children, not just your child, right? And that's the beauty of it. It enlarges your view and it gives a beautiful exposure to all the other youth of interacting with so many different parents. And that's very valuable. And also you will join the community in the sense you will interact with all the other community children and parents, and we have about 40 families. So you see how many different interactions, including we have families in Dubai who are part of our community, right? So that's the whole idea. Plus you can, if your daughter is here at the Aarohi campus, you can come and stay in the campus for as long as you want, and or as little as you want, and be part of not her journey, but all of us. It's a community, right? So we all are living together, working together, doing different things. And you can do a lot of different things. In fact, even in boot camp, we say to parents, you can come over and stay in the boot camp. Just don't interfere these CoVersity people, but you enjoy your
I
own
know.
stay here doing things that you like doing. That's why at the beginning of this call, we were asking everybody what interests you, because we want to know you first and your children little later, because we work
I
like
know.
that. We are all in it kind of together as a community. So yes, so and also as a guide to the whole CoVersity group, we are in touch with them on a daily, weekly basis in many different ways. There are many processes which we will only co-create. So even as a guides, all the guides, as in all the one parent minimum from each family, we will get together and see, hey, how is it that we want to support our children? And it's not, so we'll create different processes and we are there to guide, even guides, right, with our experience. Nikki is
So
asking, what after
next
this?
boot camp is
Boot camp is on 12th.
June
12 to
12th of
16.
June.
Yeah, if
12th.
you look at the
Okay.
chat, I've mentioned that. And
Okay.
CoVersity starts from 1 or 2 weeks later after that, towards the end of the June. And Nikki is asking, what after the child is
Thank you,
26?
Ritesh.
Sure. So Nikki, if the child is started, if the child is started before 21 in the CoVersity, then it doesn't need to end at 21. If the child continues to want to be part of the CoVersity, child can continue. But we are typically, as of now, not starting with older people, as in people who are already 22, 23, 25. They are not really joining CoVersity. We thought that this is a good enough, wide enough age group to work with as of now. So I hope I've answered your question. But if the child started at 18 and after 21 wants still to be part of CoVersity, that's absolutely fine. They're already part of CoVersity. I hope that answered your question. More questions? Yeah.
Vivek, would you like to ask or should I go ahead? Okay. Ritesh, just your query. Say once I register or, I am interested in CoVersity, is it that upfront I have to do everything or can I just come there, stay there for some time, understand and probably then kind of close on the thing as in?
See,
Yeah,
for understanding, there is this boot camp. Right?
Okay.
If you want to understand, so there are 3 things we say you will experience when you come for a boot camp. One, you will experience the concept of CoVersity, because in that 1 week, you will have to do a lot of work. Just like in CoVersity, you will be doing a lot of work. The second thing that you will experience is the place. And the third, which is perhaps the most important, is this whole people, the vibe, what kind of, mental, social environment there is, what kind of people we are. Just on a Zoom call, you can hardly get that. But when you come here, that's when you get the real vibe of the place. So that's the advantage of a boot camp, which can help you make the decision. But once you join CoVersity, you are ready to deep dive for at least a year. So a year is a minimum time for you to really be able to get the benefit of the concept.
So just to extend that, so will there be more boot camps coming in future in case, say, I have to decide later? So do you think there will be more boot camps coming up post June or August?
Yeah. So what would typically happen after June is, yes, there will be more boot camps, but those boot camps will be slightly different. You won't necessarily be this kind of boot camp, but because CoVersity would be running, you will come and actually interact with those people who are a part of CoVersity. But you will do that only for a week. Yes. So that option would still be available after June. And on some specific weeks, you can come and interact with the current CoVersity members.
Cool. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, I'm also putting the WhatsApp number. You can connect with us on this WhatsApp. And yeah, we can interact and see if we can share more details with you. Yeah, and you can, as I was telling earlier also, please join us in more meetups, because maybe now it's the first introduction. You're kind of little taking in what the concept is. Maybe you will go through the website and then you will have more questions. So a second or a third meetup would really help you ask more and more questions. So please feel free to join more meetups. We have meetups like today's, that is on Thursday at 7, but on Saturdays we do at 6 p.m. So the link is the same. The link which you have used today will remain the same for all the meetups, both the Saturday and the Tuesday one. And there is also a WhatsApp group for CoVersity, so you can also join that group. I'll give that link also, so that you are in sync with what we are doing. Yeah, let me put all the information in the chat. Yeah. So I've given the Zoom link, which which obviously you have. That's how you've joined. The website link and the WhatsApp group link. Yeah.
Right. Thank you, Ratnesh and Aparna. I think it is good information. So I'll again join back with my daughter in the next boot camp. So thank you for answering my questions.
Yes, Ravi. That's a good point. So get the kids to join. Let them think and lead. So Uma, WhatsApp, the group you're talking about, the group is the link that I've given is a common group, but there is another group just for the youth where none of us oldies are there. So once you join this group, the youth will be invited to join that group also, where they can share at a more personal level. So yeah, but let's okay, so I've closed the breakout room also. We have few more minutes. We typically do this from 7 to 8. So we have about 8 minutes, 9 minutes. So please feel free to ask questions, whatever is coming to your mind right now, if any questions are coming to your mind. My saying fee structure. Okay. So Uma, we are a community and we are a charitable trust, which means that we don't really work. We are a non-profit organization, but we do need funds to maintain our campus and run the whole community. So we work on contribution basis. The contribution for a year is 1.5 lakhs, 1,50,000. So that's the contribution indicated for a year. We also are trying to put this concept not just to people who can afford to contribute this, but also to people in different socioeconomic strata, and trying to get people to be part of CoVersity from rural countryside, from all parts of actually. So we are reaching out in different ways to different youth across, as I said, different socioeconomic strata, and maybe different people may all not be able to contribute. That's fine. That's how this whole community works, kind of pitching together. Which is another request to everybody here. If you know of youth in any part of the country, in any which way, who would like to do something like this, then please spread the word to them. Yogesh, the campus is located near Bangalore, but it falls under Tamil Nadu. It's about 60 kilometers from Bangalore by road, and it's near a very small town called Kelamangalam. But more, it's also near a city called Hosur, which is more famous for, TVS, a brand of bikes and all. So that's TVS Titan. It's an industrial town, Hosur. So, but we are located in a village. The campus is located in a village. I'm also sharing a small poll. Yeah, it's just a 2-question poll. Please take time to just respond to the poll. One is obviously we want to know with what aspect of CoVersity you connect with, and then how do you want to take it forward. So just 2 short questions. So please respond to that poll, and while people are responding to the poll, we can still take 1 or 2 more questions if there is anything running in anybody's mind. I think some people want the WhatsApp link again. I'm posting the WhatsApp group link again to join the WhatsApp group. Aparna, do you have the link for the youth group? Which is only where the youth are.
Yeah,
If you have it, you can. No, okay, don't post it. We'll let people ask, then we can send it to them. Because that's only for youth, no parents there in that group.
we have a different process, like it's undergoing.
Sure. Let them first connect on the main group and then they can go to the youth group.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, let me repost the link for the WhatsApp group. Yeah. Also, we do these 2 meetups. So if anybody is interested, the whole playlist is there of all the different meetups that we have done. In that, there are a lot of interviews and a lot of talking to different CoVersity members whom I have featured in my presentation, but those were the live discussions with them. So if you want to check out the recordings of these previous meetups, I'll just share that link also with you. So yeah, you can check out and meet these youth in those meetups, as well as there were different questions asked and discussed in those meetups. So just give me a moment and I'll give you the link. Yeah, that's the link to the meetup playlist. Okay, so maybe we can pause this meetup here, and you're invited on Saturday again and any of the future meetups. And yes, if you have specific questions, you can we can start with a WhatsApp chat, and then we can, if required, even go on to a call. So that's very much possible. And yes, if you want to plan the boot camp, you can connect with us. So, yep, thank you. And
Thank you.
bye-bye. And we'll stay
Thanks.
connected. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah.